I've been fortunate to be part of the life insurance industry for a little over 2.5 years and also creating multiple six figures on a consistent basis. Now, there's 7 biggest mistakes that I've noticed that new life insurance agents make that actually keeps them from being able to build a successful business. So hopefully by the time I'm done, you're able to learn some of these things and also adjust accordingly so that way you can start seeing the results that you desire. Now, the very first mistake that I noticed that life insurance agents make is that they don't specialize. Okay? So what I mean by specialize is that they try to focus on too many products at the same time. Now, in the life insurance industry, we have plethora of products. So we're talking about term insurance, whole life, universal life, index universal life, variable universal life, final expense, annuity, and the list goes on and on. Now, there's a tendency to think that you're able to cater to the whole masses because you have different products that you can offer to everybody. But in this industry, the key to being successful is to pick one product and specialize in it until you know everything is possible that you can about that particular product. Now, what does that do for your business? It puts you in a position where you become an authority on that particular product. Now, for example, when I joined the industry, I knew that the main products that I wanted to focus on were primarily whole life and index universal life because they actually build cash value, and a lot of clients are looking for those type of product. So I started to study. I started to, learn from other people who already understand how the product works. And what happened was that my business started to scale to a whole nother level because I became specialized. I had specialized knowledge in that one particular product. Now, the second thing is that people don't adapt. Okay. New agents do not adapt. In 2008, I was introduced to the world of network marketing. Still fresh in college, didn't know what network marketing was, but somebody invited me to a meeting at a hotel and they were talking about this product and had this amazing compensation plan. And of course, I fell in love with it, right? Because the concept just made sense. Now, back then, the way to build the business was that we had to do what we call in-home meetings, where we would invite our friends, our family to come and hear about the opportunity. And hopefully they would do one of two things. Number one, they would either buy the product, or number two, they would join the opportunity. Now, that was almost close to 20 years ago. Okay. Now, the problem is that was the old way of building business. The unfortunate part is that a lot of new agents are coming into the industry and they're joining certain organizations that are not adapting to the new way of building a business. So if you're still relying on your friends, your family, your associates to help you grow your business, you're already keyed into what I call the recipe for disaster. Okay. That is not the way to build business in the 21st century, especially in the world of digitalization. All right. So that's the second mistake. The third mistake is that people don't invest, or agents don't invest in their business. All right. Now, what do I mean by invest in their business? In this industry, you have to invest in marketing. And I always tell people that I don't know anybody who started a business and did not invest in some type of marketing, some type of campaign to help them to scale their business. Now, the challenge is when people have been indoctrinated at this level with the old system, friends, family, relatives, and the likes, they find it very difficult to now want to invest in their business. All right. Because they think that they can actually scale without investing by simply just relating and building through their network. Yes, you can build your business through your network, but that's limited, right? Your growth is going to be limited. Your growth is going to be very slow. And that's why a lot of people quit within their first 12 months because this method is outdated. Now, when we talk about don't invest in business or not invested in marketing, we're primarily speaking of leads. Okay, Leads. So leads is the engine of our business. If you are in this industry and you're not investing in some type of lead marketing, lead generation with a lead or working with a lead vendor, your ability to scale to the next level is going to be limited because this is the engine that keeps our business running. See, at this level where you're talking to your friends and family, which is okay, but it's not great. See, this is also another form of lead. The only difference is that is limited lead. Okay. You want unlimited lead flow where you're able to have leads coming every single day and you have a pool of people that are actually interested in learning about the type of insurance policy that you have to offer. All right. That's the difference here. Here, your friends and family are not interested in life insurance. But here, these people want to hear more. They're interested. They need life insurance. Okay. That's the big difference. And then number 4 is avoiding social media. All right. Now, I've met quite a number of people that will say to me, I'm not a camera person. I don't like to put my face out there. I don't like to be on social media. That's great. And I think that's phenomenal. I mean, I don't think everybody should be on social media. However, if you are building a business, you need to be online. You need to be visible. People need to know what you're doing. They need to learn more about your business. And this is where you get the chance to share your specialized knowledge. Because if you have head knowledge, right, about your product, but you don't have an outlet to share with people, you're going to remain limited, and eventually you're going to go out of business because you don't have people to talk to. See, this here also allows you to generate what I call organic leads. Now, I told, 6 months of me joining the industry, a lot of people know that I wasn't successful, right? I was stressed out like most agents because nothing was working. But when I started to leverage my social media platform to share my specialized knowledge, what started to happen was I started to generate organic leads on a daily basis. And as a result of that, my business began to scale drastically because I had tons of people who were interested in the life insurance policy that I had to offer. All right. So you want to make sure that in some shape or form, you are actually leveraging your social media platform. All right. If you're not good at creating videos or putting yourself out there, learn how to become good. It's a learnable skill. All right. So just because you're not good at something does not give you an excuse not to do something about it. All right. Nobody starts out by being great when it comes to creating content. We all start from somewhere and then we begin to grow. And over time, the result pays off. But this is not going to happen overnight. Okay. So that's number 4. Number 5 is, all right, lack of communication skills. And this is very, very huge. Okay. Now, when you talk about lack of communication skills, I'm not talking about just you being able to talk. I'm talking about effective communication. How do you get your points across in a way that your audience can understand what you're talking about? How do you articulate yourself? How do you sell what you're offering without actually selling? See, all of these actually work together. When you have specialized knowledge, you need to be able to communicate that to people in a way that it draws them in. Okay, this is where this comes into play. And once again, if you're not a good communicator, it does not give you an excuse not to learn how to become a good communicator. You can pick up books, right? You can go on social media, on YouTube to learn, take courses, and more importantly, you can join an organization called Toastmasters, which is what helped me tremendously when I was in college, right? Joined Toastmasters in 2006 all the way till, like the 2010, 2012, about a decade or more that I invested in developing my communication skills. So ultimately, this paid off because now I'm able to leverage it in my businesses to scale to the next level. Okay. So lack of communication skills. And number 6 is, I would say, lack of mentorship. All right. Why is mentorship important? Because mentors actually give you a pathway to follow to shortcut your process to get into the end destination. One of the things that I realized is that a lot of successful people in this industry actually look up to someone and follow their system to get to their destination. So for example, when I joined the industry, didn't know much, but what I started to do was I started to look online on social media, on YouTube, to people who have been in the industry longer than I have, and I started to learn some of their strategies. Now, when you talk about mentorship, you really don't need to be in the presence of someone. You don't need to actually spend time with them or, have them carve out time to talk to you on the phone. No. A form of mentorship could be you picking up their book to actually read what they've put into it because they've dumped years of knowledge into that book. It could be you watching some of their video content, right? Whatever it is that you have to do, you need to make sure that you find people who are already successful in the areas that you're looking to be successful in, and then start following and modeling after their footstep. All right. And the last thing, which is number 7, is what I would say to be lack of persistence. All right. That right there is one of the reasons why a lot of people quit this industry within 12 months of being in business. You see, when people join this industry, they have high hopes of making a lot of money. They have high hopes of, coming in and really just changing their whole financial, situation, which is very well possible. But if you're coming in with an employee mindset into a business world, it's going to take time to actually change your way of thinking. It's going to take time for you to specialize in whatever product that you decide to offer. It's going to take time for you to adapt to the new way of building business, especially if you've been indoctrinated in the old way of building business, right? It's going to take time for you to start learning to develop skill set to create video content, to build a brand on social media. So you have to realize that if you're coming into this industry, you need to have a mindset that you're going to win. And winning can take you 3 to 5 years, right? An average business actually goes out of business within 5 years. But here, when you understand the system, when you have a strategy in place, when you learn all of this, right, what not to do, and you stay with it, you will succeed over time. Okay. So hopefully you've been able to identify where you are out of these 7 different levels and start to figure out what do you need to do differently so that you can take your business from where it is to where it needs to be.